Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I know that it has been quite a while since I have posted on my channel, which kind of happens with me sometimes. I come and go. I will be posting a video explaining where I've been the last 6 months. Today I thought I would share my garden tour because this is what is currently keeping me very busy and occupied at the moment. Here you will see a little before of my garden. There are some weeds and just a lot of dry dirt. I did start some seeds early, and here it is currently. Well, this was a couple weeks ago, but things are looking pretty good. I had some help from my family with rototilling the garden and getting it planted. My grandparents actually helped me plant the seeds, which was super special, and there's so many amazing things blooming right now. It is the middle of July. I can't believe it's already the middle of July, but I've started to harvest a few of the first things from the garden. I had these sweet onions that didn't do amazing. They didn't get quite as big as I wanted, and my radishes were very hit and miss this year. I'm hoping next year's better. I have actually planted a second crop of radishes, hoping that they will turn out better, but I think from where they're planted they just get too much water and it's not quite sandy enough with good enough drainage, so had some weird rooty ones. Then I have mint, and these were some beet greens that I was cooking up. And breakfast this morning were local eggs with my gluten-free toast and beet greens. And mornings have just been so lovely out here before the heat of the day, and yeah, I just enjoy staring at my garden. Happens a lot. The Croatian family that lived here before me had planted a lot of amazing flowers all around the yard, and so I constantly have new flowers that are blooming and amazing for the pollinators. And here I am showing you my cucumber that is not doing very well. That is a weed. I pulled it, and there's the cucumber. Not doing amazing. I'm not sure what's going on there, but I've got some strawberries. The lady at the greenhouse said that these will be a late blooming variety, so I'm not supposed to get much yield until August, but I have my first two little strawberries. Very exciting. There was one before that, but a bird ate it. And then I have some blueberries. I have 2 blueberry bushes, and they are not producing really anything yet. I have tomatoes growing and a whole lot of potatoes because my brother requested potatoes, so I've got 31 hills of potatoes. I also have pumpkins growing, and I've got lots of flowers on the pumpkins, but nothing showing up quite yet. I've got an artichoke plant, Brussels sprouts. My kale is doing amazing, but I've been told that's really easy, so I shouldn't get too excited. Then I've got these sweet peppers. They are doing so well, and I've actually been harvesting them for a couple weeks now, but I've got some really nice size sweet peppers on here. I have some various beans growing, and then beets. And my beets don't look amazing. I'm curious to see how they all are. I'll probably pull them up in the next week. And then my carrots, which again, I'm crossing my fingers turn out well. And then I did have a row of those sweet onions, which I pulled up, and then the radishes. Then I just have some lemon balm here and calendula growing. And zucchinis. My zucchinis are doing so well, and it's been really nice to harvest them and have zucchini almost every day. But yeah, this is what I have so far. I made some lunch today with as much from the garden as I possibly could, so it was very simple: tofu, rice, and then kale from the garden, zucchini from the garden, and a sweet onion. Okay, so very exciting, but this meal is mostly, or I'd say like 50% from the garden. I have zucchini, kale, onion, and tofu and rice, so very simple. I feel like my goal for the garden this year is to have like at least one full complete meal that is 100% from the garden. So once I have my potatoes and beans, hopefully that would be my protein, then essentially I can have a full meal which is just grown from my garden. It's very exciting. This is the first time that I have had a zucchini from my garden, so big milestone. A lot of my free time or downtime from work has been spent weeding and just working in the garden. I've also had my friend from Austria visiting me for the last month and a half, so it's been very busy lately just with visiting and all the things around the house. I can also be a little bit OCD when it comes to things like cleaning and weeding, and I prefer to hand pluck every single tiny little weed. My parents said just use the hoe and it'll be faster, and I prefer to just do it by hand and, like I said, pull every little weed by hand. Today I've been desperately needing to weed the strawberries, so that's what I was doing here. And our days have been very hot. Every day is pretty much over 28 degrees Celsius, usually 28 to about 32. So yeah, thankfully today I kind of hit a shadier part of the day, but that has been my garden experience so far. Again, I'm really only 2 months in, but I'm happy with how things are going, and I'm taking lots of notes, and I have a notebook I'm going to start and just keep track of what was successful and what was not, so I'll know for next year. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.